Greetings, dear ones. You are on a path of joy. We have watched as many of you have started to evolve in so many different ways, and this day we wish to share that you have a very unique light. It is your light which has often been missing from the world around you. So, that is what we are asking all of you to do in this time we have together. You have changed planet Earth drastically and it continues to adapt moment by moment. These are not little adjustments, but major shifts you are making on your planet. All of them have the ability to return you closer to that which you know is home, to the energy you came from and that which you can live in every day of your lives. Puzzle pieces. We have illustrated this for you and provided the understanding that each of you has a unique puzzle piece. Many times, you cannot find where you belong. Perhaps someone else is holding the puzzle piece and you need some of those closest to remind you where your own place is in the world. That is one of the reasons that many feel lost, dear ones. To some degree, each of you knows who you are and with the gift you brought from home. What you do not always know is where the puzzle piece fits or how to use, work with or offer it up to others. Why is that important? Because so often people have come to planet Earth with the greatest intent and gifts. They may bring the most wonderful message of empowerment, only for others only to find out as they express their visions from home in human forms. We love the one called Meg. She talks about speaking human, speaking animal, speaking plants. We love that and it is perfect. All of you speak many of the languages, yet possibly the strangest one for all of you is human, for it is the most challenging of all of the pieces that you see. Dear ones, every day you are learning different ways of moving through it. Your puzzle piece on the game board. Now, it is no secret that planet Earth has evolved and is still in a rapid state of evolution. That is partly the cause of all this frustration and change. Please do not equate the two, because they are not the same. Sometimes you need motivation to start the process of moving. Often that is some of the frustration that we also see blanketing planet Earth right now. The only thing we ask you to do is tap into that piece of the puzzle that you brought from home. You have a special part and understanding, a unique truth that you have brought from home. Yet what you do not understand is that planet Earth needs your light right now. That is the reality of this whole process and why everyone is doing something just to do something instead of sitting on the sidelines. That is perfect, dear ones. However, if everyone has not started to put their own piece down, you may not know where yours goes. That can be very frustrating, because you know that you came in with something incredibly important to share. But it does not seem to be supported by humanity, even though you have learned to speak human. You cannot quite find your way through it. Often that is what is taking place, which is why we are telling to grab the deep part of your heart from home. Whether you hear it from someone else, read it in a book or see it on television, or it comes in as a channel, it makes no difference. We speak to you in all of those ways and more. There are many opportunities for you to find the next stepping stone, the next piece that you need to launch yourself in a different way. Now, is it necessary that all of you launch yourselves and become the profound teachers which you truly are? No, not at all. What is needed is for you to express that unique puzzle piece that you brought from home, but here is one of the major challenges with that. Most of you not only brought in a singular piece, but many pieces. This was incredibly important to your spirit for planet Earth during this incarnation. However, during your path, travels, and experiences on Earth, you have also picked up other truths. Often that means that you have a bit of a challenge determining which piece is the one they are talking about. What should I do? Should I just start speaking all of them? Ah, now you have it. Simply start speaking. That is the idea, just do something, because once you put yourself into motion then spirit can get behind you. If you do not move, even if spirit is behind you, there is no way to distribute the incredible energy you brought or which spirit has to share through you. These are the times to let your voice be heard in a special way. What is happening right now is that people are waiting, until they are so incredibly pushed down. We tell you, dear ones, there is a dense energy on planet Earth that is caused by all these incredible waves of fear. Part of what happens with Earth during that density, is that everyone feels compressed and as if they cannot quite speak their truth. Often they cannot even get in touch with it, or they are not quite sure if it's really a truth. That is a shame, because many of you have spent lifetimes teaching this truth to others only to be able to bring it back at the critical junction of right now. So, what we ask you to do is watch your words as they come out of your mouth. Try to speak in a way that not only touches your passion, but also allows space for other truths, for that is what you're missing. Is it a challenge to figure out where your own puzzle piece should be placed, for everything else to work around that? In reality, you are completely guessing where it goes. Is that a problem? Not really. The problem would only be if you do not put the piece down in the first place, because then other people cannot start working around you. When you just blindly put your piece down in the middle and say, I do not know if it goes here, but here it is and this is my truth, then others start building around your truth. Over a short period of time you can see a larger truth. You will begin to recognize the picture that is within the puzzle, then you adjust the puzzle a little bit so it fits in the right place. That would not have been possible if everyone else was waiting around for someone else to put their puzzle piece down first. Making room for other puzzle pieces. This is the time to learn to speak your mind and to speak completely from the heart. Does that mean that the others are not valid? No, of course not. You are whole beings in all those aspects. You are part of the trees, the animal kingdom, and of the earth herself. In reality, just by expressing even the smallest piece you are the voice of all. Sometimes you are the voice of the trees and plants, or even the earth herself. All of these are also feeling this dense compression right now. Every bird in the sky, every rock on the planet Earth. We tell you, dear ones, it is not even wrong. In truth, it is leading you to the next level of vibration, and all we are asking you to do is to calm down a bit. Speak in a manner which allows room for others, and remember that this does not need to be right or wrong. This can be one way to find your way home, and yet there are many others, are there not? That is the new energy, which is not seen much on planet Earth right now. Dare to make mistakes. We also tell you that you are going through many political adjustments, for a lot of different reasons. Although we will not get into the details of it or the particulars of it, because those are not important. Humanity has shifted incredibly and feels the need to change everything around it. Every human feels it. Sometimes that means simply throwing something out, because it was old and not part of the new. Well, you decide where you go with your game, dear ones. There are shortcuts and many opportunities to bring that part of the puzzle into the equation. Do you have to always be right? No. Who said that? You came to Earth in order to make a certain amount of mistakes. There it is. Once you complete those mistakes, even though you pretend to learn from them, you arrive home. You are finished. You are done. What is the number? Of course, it varies greatly for each of you. Since you make thousands of them every day, the amount itself is pretty high. The reason we are bringing this up, dear ones, is so that you do not judge yourselves. Often that is the part that keeps people from opening their mouths and letting their truth naturally find its way into other people's hearts and onto the planet, to make a difference with the collective. You are responsible for what you allow in your energy. At this point, dear ones, you are incredibly sensitive to the energies that you see. This will become very difficult, especially for those in the United States during this current presidential election. This fight is going to be somewhat of a dirty one. It already is by your definition, not ours. In reality, very little is actually being communicated at this point regarding what a person instead of who a person is and who they are not. The race has become very personal, and all we ask of you is to be careful not to get wrapped up in that. That is the illusion, how people channel their anger and frustration. They get you on their side and then move through it because they are frustrated too. What we ask you to do is something very important, and we will even use one of the keepers props vote with your remote. It is not necessarily that you are voting for one person or the other, but you are controlling your environment. So when you see something come on that you disagree with, it is incredibly important to be responsible for what you allow in your energy field. Dare to change the channel, it's very simple. We need your light. Most of the democracies on Earth require you to participate in some way. Does changing the channel every time you see someone or something you do not agree with resolve that? No, dear ones. You are still responsible for putting your peace in place. This not only involves speaking your truth and bringing your light to planet Earth, but also participating in your governments. You probably did not expect we would say that, but that is how it is set up. Many of those who try to control do so in such a way that they want you to think that you do not have a voice. Oh, what is the use? It is all corrupt anyway. Have you heard or felt that at times? Why should I even get involved? I will not even make a difference. Many times they are intentionally trying to control the masses, which they have done over many years. They automatically win when you step back. Please do not think that this puzzle piece you brought from home is only about spirituality. What if you know nothing of politics and you could care less? All we ask you to do is to speak your truth and ask questions. Figure out if you can reach some sort of conclusion, deciding which voting position you would take. That would make a huge difference, and there is no right or wrong about which way you choose. What is challenging for us to watch is when you have spent so many lifetimes bringing in this beautiful puzzle piece, and then you keep your mouth shut. That is a sadness that we see all the time. So, if we could give every single human on Earth one thing, it would be confidence to speak your truth and to be able to take responsibility for that puzzle piece which you brought from home. Your light is needed now more than ever before. Which way should it go? That is up to you, for the light is up to all of us. Light does not take sides and it does not have a political party. It is purely light. Only when things are covered over, there is a shadow created by a lack of light. That is why light workers are on planet Earth to reflect, to shine that light into places where the light cannot always exist. These are some of the greatest opportunities you have had on your planet, and you are liable to see even more coming very quickly. You have help. Lemuria is waiting. We also tell you, dear ones, you have help from the other side of the veil in more ways than you could possibly know. Over and over again, we have shared that you have been raising the collective vibration not only of planet Earth, but of humanity, which is really just a vibrational range of planet Earth. Because of that evolution, everything must change. We hope that instead of moving toward a government which leads its people, that you choose a government that empowers its people. Those would be very big steps toward the rebirth of Lemuria. Yes, that is what is happening. Lemuria never did sink, not in the way you think it did anyway. The physical continent sank, but the Lemurians ascended and they are waiting for you. Some of them are directly related to you and are waiting for you to develop this multidimensional expression of your planet to a high enough level where they can interact again. It is coming faster than you understand, but you will have help. Will you all see it as help? Well, dear ones, you are so polarized on your planet right now that any light is likely to be seen as light and dark. Actually, it is liable to be misinterpreted and quite often go into fear. You have seen this many times on your planet when messengers have been ridiculed or killed for their message. It happens many times. Approaching the magic number of 8 billion. You are at one of these critical stages right now. Rather than send in one strong voice that will change your planet, we have given you all millions of voices. Yes, you have hundreds of millions and even billions, for you are approaching the magic number. What is taking place is that there is a magic number on your planet which is a critical mass number, right at the 8 billion mark, which you are approaching it very quickly. What happens when you reach that critical mass? If the vibrational status of planet Earth is not high enough, you will miss a huge opportunity. If it is taken in the wrong direction, it goes into fear. That is why you are here, to illuminate and to shine your light on fear, the darkness. Fear always is transmuted by love, in the same way the darkness always disappears with light. You are the workers of the light, each and every one of you. You have chosen to make a positive difference on this planet, sometimes just by inspiring yourself, whether it is watching a metaphysical program, listening to a channel, or reading spiritual writings. All of those are perfect. However, know that you will also carry part of that puzzle. We tell you, dear ones, if we were able to get 1/10 of those pieces on the puzzle, it would go together very quickly, smoothly, and comfortably. There would be no challenges and very few wars to write about. Is humanity sick of fighting yet, or do you wish to have more wars? We do not have a choice or even a vision about which is right or wrong. Although we watch, we also see the incredible struggles that you go through when you wrap yourself in fear. When humanity starts moving in a direction of separation, look for the ways that you can combine this. Seek out those opportunities, no matter how small, to bring your piece to the table. 6 years of rapid evolution. What if you were working with your best friend and you love this person intensely? Sometimes you wish to impress them, so here you are, speaking human, trying to bring your part to the table. Does that mean they can get offended? Maybe, but that is not your responsibility, is it? If you are speaking in such a way that allows space to be in their empowerment at the same time, then you bring your empowerment to the table. It is a discussion, with no right or wrong about any of it. You can evolve to a place where you both have some understanding of both sides. That actually is the next key. So, when you bring your part to the table and you start putting your puzzle piece right down in the middle of nowhere, know that it is going to move. Know that you are not declaring this has to be here or that is exactly what I came to do and it is never going to change. Allow yourself to grow with every part of it, for you have so much evolution right in front of you. The next 6 years on planet Earth are going to be extreme, rapid evolution. So much so that by the time you get to that 7th year and things start to slow down a bit, you will become anxious because they slow down. You will not think, oh, now we can breathe. Instead, you will say, where is that energy again? Why is it slowing down? We are starting to adapt and get good at this. And you will. Each of you have brought some understanding from home, that only you could carry, and that is why you are here. We tell you, there is no one on earth that is just taking up space. You would not be here had it not been that you have a beautiful piece of the puzzle to bring to the table. These are the times, dear ones, that your light is needed now. It is the 3rd time we have said that. It is with the greatest of honor that we greet you in these ways to hold the mirror up to you from home, so that you can see a little bit of what that looks like from our perspective. Hopefully you will remember a little of your true spirit and your mission to planet Earth. You are workers of the light in the greatest degree. You have changed many planets and evolved many species, yet here you are working in another one. Keep up the great work. It is the greatest of honor that we ask you to treat each other with the greatest respect. Nurture one another at every opportunity and play this new game well together. Espavo. The word Espavo is an early Lemurian greeting. Thank you for taking your power